a dominant UFC fighter who fought tooth and nail to make his MMA dreams reality. Even the most gruesome of injuries couldn't keep this warrior down. But after years of battles inside notorious cages, Corey faced his final and most difficult opponent outside the ropes. Join me as we embark on Corey Hill's harrowing journey, from young grappler to UFC veteran, all leading to his untimely fate beyond the lights. Corey Hill was born in 1978 in Martinsburg, West Virginia. From a young age, he displayed incredible athleticism and competitiveness. He excelled at wrestling throughout high school in Florida, winning multiple state championships. Hill was a powerful fighter with an intense work ethic who dreamed of making it big in MMA. After graduating, Hill continued wrestling at the collegiate level and achieved great success. He trained alongside future UFC champions like Daniel Cormier. Hill's wrestling base and fighting spirit made him eager to enter the growing sport of mixed martial arts in the mid-2000s. He amassed an amateur record of 2-0 before getting his big break. In 2007, Hill was selected to compete on the Ultimate Fighter 5 television series as a lightweight. The show was an opportunity to showcase his skills on a major platform. Though he initially exaggerated his pro record to the UFC, Hill impressed in the house with his intense work ethic and wrestling dominance. He scored a controversial decision win over Rob Emerson in the prelims. Unfortunately, Hill then lost in the quarterfinals via triangle choke to Nate Diaz, who went on to win the show. Despite the loss, guest coach Jeremy Horn had praised Hill's talents and potential. It seemed his UFC career was just beginning. Making his official debut at UFC Fight Night 12 in early 2008, Hill lived up to the hype with a thunderous TKO win over Joe Veras. However, in his next bout, Hill faced a stiff challenge against Justin Buchholz. A former champion, Buchholz ended the fight in the second round with a well-timed rear-naked choke submission. Hill was still adapting to MMA against top competition. At UFC Fight for the Troops in December 2008, Hill stepped into the cage, again looking to rebound. In a bout that soon turned tragic, Hill threw a leg kick that was perfectly checked by Dale Hart. The impact shattered multiple bones in Hill's right leg, creating one of the most gruesome injuries ever seen in MMA. The story shocked the world. After breaking his leg from the kick caught by Dale Hart, Hill immediately collapsed to the ground in agony. The referee stopped the fight straight away, seeing how badly injured Hill was. Hill had to undergo emergency surgery where a metal rod was inserted into his tibia, and screws were attached to his fibula to repair the damage. He also suffered nerve damage and muscle loss in his leg, showing just how traumatic the injury was. The recovery process was long and arduous for Hill. It kept him out of action and training for over a year. Hill's leg had to be rebuilt with plates and screws during intense surgery and rehabilitation. Away from competition for over a year, Hill re-entered the cage in January 2010, more determined than ever. In an emotional return against Jason, Hill gutted out a unanimous decision win. However, in his next two bouts, Hill came up short via submission both times. He was still working to fully recover his form and confidence after the near career-ending injury. In March 2010, he faced Mark Holst at the XKL Evolution 1 event. Unfortunately for Hill, the bout against Holst did not go his way as he was submitted in the second round via Kimura. It was another setback in his goal of fully recovering from the leg injury sustained in the UFC. Not willing to give up, Hill stayed active, competing regularly on the regional circuit over the ensuing years. Looking to regain momentum, Hill signed with the upstart Extreme Fighting Championships promotion in late 2011. In his XFC debut that December, Hill dominated Charlie Rader on the ground for a first-round submission win. Hill's grappling expertise was on full display. However, in his next XFC bout in late 2012, Hill faced rising star Ryan Thomas. Despite Hill's best efforts to take the fight to the mat, Thomas eventually locked in an armbar for the tap-out win. It was another setback for Hill just as he seemed to be finding his groove. Over the next 2 years, Hill bounced around various promotions while continuing to struggle with consistency in the cage. He lost 4 straight fights between late 2012 and early 2015. In February 2015, Hill stepped into the cage one final time against Jose Caceres. However, Hill was coughing violently and could barely stand on his own before retreating to his corner in the first round. It soon became clear Hill was suffering from severe pneumonia, which had gone undiagnosed. He retired on the stool between rounds, putting an end to his MMA career. Tragically, Hill's condition continued to deteriorate over the coming months. After undergoing a lung transplant, Hill's new lung collapsed and he went into cardiac arrest. On May 15, 2015, at just 36 years old, Corey Hill passed away with his family by his side. He left behind a wife and 3 children. Hill had endured so much adversity inside the cage, but the fight outside proved to be his last. On Corey Hill's passing, his wife Lauren shed more light on the tragic circumstances. Speaking to TMZ Sports, she revealed Hill had contracted a particularly aggressive form of pneumonia, fungal pneumonia caused by inhaling spores from the environment. Lauren believed Hill's long recovery from the devastating leg break over half a decade prior may have weakened his immune system, making him more vulnerable to severe infections. Hill's unexpected passing at just 36 years old completely shocked the MMA world. Upon hearing the tragic news, the community flooded social media to pay tribute and honor his legacy. Former opponents, coaches, and teammates also issued statements expressing their condolences for the man and fighter Hill was. The UFC, who had seen Hill compete under their banner, released an official statement on their website mourning the loss of one of their own. They acknowledged Hill as forever being part of the UFC family. Among those heartbroken by Hill's passing was his coach and close friend Rob Kahn. In an interview, Kahn fondly remembered Hill for the wonderful person he was, a great father, husband, friend, and role model who always walked around with a smile. While his life was cut short, Corey Hill's legacy and memory will live on eternally. Through his dedicated family, faithful friends, and legions of supporters, Hill's fighting spirit and positive attitude will continue to inspire all those he touched. He was the definition of a true warrior, both inside and outside the cage. Corey Hill left an indelible mark on MMA that can never be erased. While tragically gone too soon, his resilience and determination in the face of adversity serves as a heroic reminder of what truly defines a champion. Hill is forever immortalized as one of the bravest in the sport. He will be deeply missed, but never forgotten. Rest in peace, Corey. Corey Hill's journey displayed immense courage, battling back from career-threatening injury only to lose his life unexpectedly. What did you think of his perseverance through adversity? Share your thoughts and favorite memories of this inspirational fighter in the comments below. If you like this video, don't forget to like and subscribe to Fulton Draper for more sports stories, revealing the untold personal histories of athletes